coming
So
up.
the black
ignorant. See,
kids
like
who
my
were
parents,
who were
listen,
sitting in the back of the bus today were trained by Jim Crow to sit in the back.
some of them was passed down with that, and kids think it's fun because they don't
Now
know.
you lying. Nobody trained them that from Jim Crow, and that wasn't passed down from black people. What a liar.
How do you think Rosa Parks stood up and said no more of this?
May I tell you why? It was planned by the NAACP. Rosa Parks was not one day coming home, nobody was aware, and she just stood up. Lord, I ain't gonna sit in the back of this bus no more. I'm just tired. It didn't happen that way. It was planned by the NAACP, okay? And as a matter of fact, they had chosen another woman to do it. And just before she did it, at some point, they found out that black woman was pregnant out of wedlock. They like, this ain't gonna work. Ain't nobody gonna accept this for some pregnant black woman trying to stand up and talk about she's tired. They said, okay, we can't use her. And they found Rosa Parks to do it. And they're trying to portray it as though somehow or another Rosa was just so tired. And she was coming home from work one day, and Rosa said, Lord, I ain't sitting in the back of this bus anymore. No more. She was not no hero. She was a zero. She was not a brave woman. It was planned by the NAACP. This is dumb. Thomas is out of Michigan. Thomas, thank you for calling. Get it off your chest, sir.
Hey, Jesse, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Thomas. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hope all is well. I haven't talked to you in a minute, but man,
No, man, it's good.
Jesse, the last few times I heard you, I heard a couple lies you was telling, bro.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
I thought you was an honest man.
Tell
Jesse.
me lies, don't patronize. Tell me lies. Give me one lie you heard.
All right. First of all, you said you told a caller.
Are you a Christian, Thomas?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you believe in God.
All the way.
All right. Tell me one lie I told.
You told a caller, this black guy was asking you about the Jim Crow laws.
Yes.
And you said they were created by black Democrats to, what did you say? They made that to do something. And I was like, that's a lie. That wasn't made up. They were made up by white Democratic Party, and it was controlled by the
So you
the
heard
local
me
state.
say, I said black Democrats?
Yeah, because he said, well, who made that up? Because he was talking about Jim Crow. Was that evil or was it racism?
I may have had a slip of the tongue. I'll go back and listen to that
okay.
because sometimes people say I said things that I didn't say. And so
why did you think Jim Crow was made?
But I did tell you that it was created by Democrats in order to control the people, to keep the people divided. It didn't quite work because in those good old days when black people had morals and they believed in God, they don't have it now, but when they had it, they knew that not all white people was for that, and white people knew that not all black people for that, and they got along. But it was the Democratic Party, as they are today, created and carried out the so-called Jim Crow law. So,
but you said it was a good time.
It was for black people.
Why
you mean for black
it was a
people,
bad
right?
time for black people.
No, it wasn't. What was the bad time?
Black people, Jim Crow laws, we had to sit in the back of the bus.
And
we
that's
couldn't
bad?
vote. We couldn't use the... Yeah,
What is
because
bad
they're treating
about
you as a
sitting in the-
second-class citizen?
What is
They're
bad?
not treating you as an equal human being.
What is
Jesse.
bad about sitting in the back of a bus? That's the first plane that black people run
If
to
somebody
now.
tells me, because they got trained to do that over the years, young black kids, but
So
people
the
with
black
dignity,
kids
like
who
my
were
parents,
sitting, the black kids who were
Listen.
sitting in the back of the bus today were trained by Jim Crow to sit in the back.
some of them was passed down with that, and kids think it's fun because they don't know.
Now you lying.
They don't know the origins.
Now
of that
you're
shit.
lying.
My parents and people your
People
age know
sitting in the
origins.
back of the bus because it's comfortable back there. They don't have to
Some
have
people think
eyes.
that.
Some people are insecure, and they don't need
Okay,
all
let me say
eyes.
this. Let me finish.
Let me finish. They don't need all eyes looking on them, so they sit in the back. Even at my church
But you're
service.
making it sound good.
Hold on,
If
man.
Somebody said,
Let me put them on hold. People sit in the back of the bus because they don't want to be looked at. and feel more comfortable. Isn't that right, Joe?
Yeah.
So this man Thomas lying again.
You always go to the back of the
Yeah,
bus.
you go to the back. You looking at everybody else. Nobody can see you. In our church service, we have to invite the people to come down front, right?
Right.
Because everybody end up in the back seats.
Right.
So Thomas lying, and that nobody trained them that from Jim Crow, and that wasn't passed down from black people. What a liar. Thomas lying with that nice name. Ain't that Thomas in the Bible? Thomas need to take it, come out the grave and take. Thomas, come out the grave and take your name back. The Bible, Thomas. Thomas, so you lied about that.
Hello, can I talk?
Not
Hello?
over me.
Can I speak now?
Go ahead.
Jesse, the way you try to deflect and say things is so ridiculous. Jesse, they were telling you, boy, nigga, get to the back of the bus.
Who told you
Why
that?
do you think she stood up? Why do you think Rosa Parks stood up and said no more of this?
May I tell you why?
I can't go. Did you have to sit up at the theater at the top and go through the back door?
It was
Could you
fun.
go to the front with the white
So
folks?
let me
Jesse,
answer
where
some of
you
your
lived at in
questions.
Alabama.
Let me answer some of your questions first. Number one,
Just
no
think
one
about it.
ever. No, I have to think about it. I grew up in it. No one ever
I
said.
know you did.
No, I'm putting Thomas on hold. He sounds like a black woman. He keep interrupting. No one ever said, nigga, boy, get up and go to the back of the bus. No one ever said that to me in my whole life. And secondly, when I went to the movie theater once down in Eufaula, Alabama, we couldn't sit together with the white folks. We had to sit in the balcony. But I was a teenager. That was fun. That was not pain. So he's lying about that. Let's see, what else? Thomas, what else?
So you said I'm lying about all of that?
Yes.
Okay, so you're never going to agree to me. So I have another question.
Oh,
for you.
let me tell you why Rosa Parks stood up on the bus and said, oh, I'm tired of this. It was planned by the NAACP. Rosa Parks was not one day coming home, nobody was aware, and she just stood up. Lord, I ain't going to sit in the back of this bus no more. I'm just tired. It didn't happen that way. It was planned by the NAACP, okay? And as a matter of fact, they had chosen another woman to do it. And just before she did it, at some point, they found out that that black woman was pregnant out of wedlock. They like, this ain't going to work. Ain't nobody going to accept this with some pregnant black woman trying to stand up and talk about she's tired. They said, okay, we can't use her. And they found Rosa Parks to do it. And they're trying to portray it as though somehow or another Rosa was just so tired. And she was coming home from work one day, and Rosa said, Lord, I ain't sitting in the back of this bus anymore. No more. Joe, did you know it happened that way?
No, you just hear in schools that she was a hero.
She was not no hero. She was a zero. She was not a brave woman. It was planned by the NAACP. They knew what they were doing. And so a brave woman would have just stood up with nobody looking, nobody protecting, nobody watching. And if she was that upset about sitting at the back of a bus and said, y'all, I ain't sitting back here no more. It was planned.
Shake my head.
And it was like that. And the people been lying to the blacks to keep them angry and use them. Like Thomas, he believe it. And he's angry about nothing. And then to scare white people into shutdown mode. It's all a lie, folks. It's the children of the lie lying to you. It never happened, Joel.
And he mad like it happened to him.
Yeah, and he said about now the children are sitting in the back of the bus because it been passed down. Who passed it? How can that be passed down to somebody? Okay, kids, in 2019, y'all go sit in the back of the bus. You can't make those kids sit up front.
Hilarious.
What a mess, huh?
It's horrible.
All lies. And ain't nobody out there cleaning up but me. It's all lies, folks. I grew up in it. I grew up under Jim Crow. Ain't nobody said nigga go to the back of the bus. They didn't even say nigga go to the top of in the movie theater. We just went up there. We saw the sign and led us up there. We were fine. It was. I remember sitting up there. We had a perfect view. We were like, oh, white people missing out. They down bottom. They can't see.
And kids aren't even thinking about that. They
They
ain't
don't
thinking
care.
about going to the back of the bus
Not
because of
at
some
all.
black stuff.
These black people are lying. That's why it was a mistake. I mean, not a mistake. The worst thing, one of the worst things that ever happened to the black people was the stupid civil rights movement. The only thing that they should have done was pass the law, the same laws that the Democrats had organized that would get rid of those laws and let people be protected and then leave us alone. Go sit down. We don't need no leaders. We don't need no government. We don't need no nothing. We're doing just fine. Thank you. And then they set themselves up as leaders of the people. And now black men don't even think for themselves. Whatever they hear, that's what they say. Anyway, where's Thomas? Oh, let's try. Lord, let's see what else he got to say. Thomas!
Can you hear me, Jesse?
I can now, yes.
Tell the beta boy Joel I'm not angry. I was just talking about
No,
history,
you lying.
You change history, Jesse.
No, you
make
lied about
like it
history.
never happened.
You lied about history. All that mess you
I'm
talk
just saying
about
what
did not
history
happen.
says. I'm not. Why would I lie about what history is? telling?
Because you believe what the liars wrote.
Okay, so
and what
here's
they
another
say.
question. Can I ask you another question?
One more.
Tariq Nasheed brought up that you were funded by Joseph Farrar.
Who is Joseph
he a far-right
Farrar?
radical Jewish homosexual?
Who is Joseph Farrar?
The founder, your funding of Bond.
Are you calling Joseph Farrar of the WND? You calling him a Jewish homosexual?
I'm saying, is he?
Are you saying that he is a Jew?
That's what came up online.
Are you saying that he's a Jewish homosexual?
I don't know. I'm asking you, is he? And is he your funder?
Why are you asking, is he?
I heard Tariq Nasheed say he was funding you, and he was putting out
Tariq
propaganda.
lied about that.
He had you putting out racist propaganda.
He lied
on
about
the show.
that. Black people lie, man. You can't believe liars.
So we don't tell truth about nothing.
Nothing. Y'all hate the truth. Y'all are liars.
I don't hate the truth.
Y'all
One
are
more
liars.
thing,
Ain't no more. Enough lies. Tell Tariq he's a liar about that.